Hello and welcome to today's lecture on the Angolan Civil War, a conflict that lasted from 1975 to 2002 and had a profound impact on the country of Angola and its people. I'll be your guide through this complex and fascinating topic. To understand the Angolan Civil War, we first need to look at the background that led to this conflict. Angola, a country located in southern Africa, was a colony of Portugal for nearly 5 centuries. The conflict was fueled by a combination of factors, including ideological differences, ethnic tensions, and external interventions. The MPLA, which was predominantly based in the urban areas and had a strong presence among the Mbundu people, was aligned with the Socialist Bloc, receiving support from the Soviet Union and Cuba. On the other hand, UNITA, which drew its support mainly from the Mbundu people in the central and southern parts of the country, was backed by the United States and South Africa, advocating for a capitalist system. The FNLA, initially supported by China and the United States, found itself aligned with UNITA but later became less prominent in the conflict. The war saw numerous significant events that shaped its outcome. One of the earliest and most decisive battles was the Battle of Quifingondo in 1975, where the MPLA, with the support of Cuban troops, defeated the FNLA and secured control of the capital, Luanda. This victory gave the MPLA a strategic advantage, allowing it to establish itself as the government of Angola. However, the conflict was far from over, as UNITA, with its external support, continued to wage a guerrilla war against the MPLA government. The Angolan Civil War was not just an internal conflict. It was also a battleground of the Cold War. The Soviet Union and Cuba's support for the MPLA was matched by the United States and South Africa's backing of UNITA. This external involvement escalated the conflict, introducing advanced weaponry and military tactics that increased the war's destructiveness. The presence of Cuban troops was particularly significant, as it not only helped the MPLA to secure key victories, but also symbolized the international dimension of the conflict. The war had a devastating impact on the civilian population. Millions were displaced, and hundreds of thousands lost their lives. The use of landmines, laid by both sides, left a lasting legacy, with many areas still contaminated today. The conflict also led to significant economic disruption, with infrastructure destroyed and natural resources exploited to fund the war efforts. Several events marked turning points in the war. The Battle of Quifingondo in 1987-1988 was a significant moment, as Cuban and MPLA forces repelled a UNITA and South African invasion, marking a shift in the balance of power. The end of the Cold War and the withdrawal of external support also played a crucial role in bringing the conflict to a close. The death of UNITA leader Jonas Savimbi in 2002 was the final blow to the insurgency, leading to the signing of a peace treaty between the MPLA and UNITA. The aftermath of the war saw efforts towards reconciliation and rebuilding. The MPLA and UNITA agreed to integrate their forces, and a new constitution was adopted, paving the way for multi-party elections. However, the legacy of the war continues to affect Angola, with challenges including political stability, economic development, and social reconstruction. The country has made significant progress in rebuilding its infrastructure and exploiting its natural resources, particularly oil, to fuel economic growth. The Angolan Civil War was a complex and tragic conflict that lasted for nearly 3 decades, leaving deep scars on the country and its people. Understanding its history is crucial for grasping the current political and social dynamics in Angola and the region. As we reflect on this period, we are reminded of the importance of diplomacy, international cooperation, and the need to address the root causes of conflict to prevent such tragedies from occurring in the future. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history of the Angolan Civil War. I hope this lecture has provided you with a deeper understanding of this pivotal moment in African and world history.